nothing but your life. I had a cut on my ties, I couldn't even tell her nothing cause I cried. I just walked these stepping in these Louboutins. And she walked, and she clean on my fucking tongue. Yeah, I was shipping salt, I was shipping skull. I take the pick and meditate, I'm a fucking
Welcome back to your boy's channel. It's your boy Tuohy. You know the vibes, you know what time it is. We're back again with another Midyear review. Yeah, top 5 verses of the year. Yeah, obviously, man, we consume music differently, you know, so this list obviously is gonna be it's obviously subjective. So yeah, man, let's get into it, man. What do I actually look for in a verse, though? I think for me, I always have to really relate to the song, but also it actually has to really encapsulate or what we actually look for in a verse, like your, you know, intenders, punchlines, you know. But obviously the subject matter actually, you know, plays a huge role what you're talking about. But yeah, is it relatable as well, you know? I like emotive verses, dog, you know. So yeah, man, I'm not gonna actually go through all the verses here, because some of the verses that actually, you know, are on the list actually went through over them in my previous videos. So yeah, I'll just put the link in the description box. And yeah, so coming through at number 5 is Tyson Sybateli. On Searching. You guys can check out my previous.
The best rapper Mount Rushmore is me with no faces. I'm blacking out the flow races, acting out of all places. You should be, it's not my business.
I kind of like tried to decipher, you know, his verse on Searching with Novl. Yeah, that's coming at number 5. Coming at number 4, man, is if you in Pretoria, you kind of like have an idea of who Zango Kubheka is. Bruh, am I pronouncing his name right? Hey, my Zulu. Zango Kubheka on Get Trigga on the phone.
On the phone, Trigga on the Ringo. I get on the stage and I sing that shit like I'm Ringo. I eat danger for breakfast, they call a nigga my jingles. I get on the beat, have a seizure, singing when he grows. I speak a different language like you speak word. I'm not a rapper, I'm just talking Kaspiki, what I mean.
Verse is taken from Amy's 2, so called Get Trigga on the phone. Yo, Zango was just, Zango was just, this nigga was rapping for like 3 minutes straight, dog, you know. So his verse was just, I think for me, he actually had the best verse on the whole album, you know, and I think it was a good way to actually end the album. And there was a couple of lines here that really stood out for me, when he actually said that I get on stage and sing that shit like Ringo. I eat danger for breakfast. They call a nigga my lingos. Bruh.
Wow, bro. That's crazy.
I was like, yo, what the hell, right? The intent is there, bro. Like the fact that he actually, you know, kind of like paid tribute to Ringo Malingos, you know, one of the goats. And then it's like, my closer thinks I'm a toddler, how I'm throwing fits, bruh.
Wow. Think about it. Wow. Think about it.
The amount of intenders here, man. I was like, yo, man. You shout out to Zango Kubheka, man. Yeah, like, yo, man, the amount of eureka moments when actually everything kind of like made sense, or when I actually understood what he was trying to say, bruh. Obviously, I think the mastering of the song wasn't really that great, because I couldn't, like, you know, I couldn't really hear some of the bars here, because I think the beat kind of like overpowered his voice. So I think the mastering wasn't great, but yeah, nonetheless a great verse coming through at number 4. Shout out to Zango Kubheka. Number 3 is AREECE. So it was a toss between Achilles and Free, but you know, I had to just come through, man. I think with Achilles, man, AREECE was just on that braggadocio shit. I think he was just trying to kind of like set the record straight, you know. But I think for me, I'd have to go with with Free. I think from a spiritual point of view, I think that was really kind of like related to what he was talking about. The verse was actually very emotive, and he was just basically trying to tell people that now is actually free. He's in a good creative space. He can actually, he's in charge of his creative, space now, so he's not binded by contracts. Obviously he touched on the the ambitious situation.
Replace the blood that was pumping inside the heart, trapped inside of it all. Didn't like who I became, cause they picked apart who I was, and it came at a heavy cost. Blinded by all the stars, misguided by the allure, the desire to get a standing ovation when they applaud. Now I'm free like thoughts I put together and
number 3 I'd have to go with AREECE. And number 2 I'd say Midyear, You Want Some More. You guys can also check out my reaction or review of AREECE Free. Actually I reacted to that song, just so you guys can check it out as well. And also Midyear, You Want Some More, coming through at number 2. This verse, I think Midyear, man, I've actually ran out of superlatives, man, because Midyear has literally just been on a roll, dog. Like, bruh, on what's a song with D Koala? I don't know if I'm pronouncing a name right. I think it's One. Then there's Premise, or actually I'm not sure of the name, but Premise as well. But I think this verse, I think solely because he really he interpolated WHB on Manong. I think when he said Ki Manong, that for me was I think that really was just great. But I think overall his verse there was actually just very amazing, man. So you guys can check out my review of Midyear, You Want Some More. Coming at number 1, I think this is probably gonna be a bit of a surprise to a lot of people, but when I saw the visuals, man, and the synergy with on the video, so coming at number 1, it's Toss with, is it Toss or Toss? I think Toss. Toss coming through with Nikhumbulekile.
Isangado khona ngathi inkosi kusase eli ngoba khona imndeni eyathenjisa impilo yasesensini khona inhlelo bezenzakalile amacebo ahlangene isizwe silahlekela amakhila kawo engisho inkabise poverty besibikisa inkwetafuleni sinika inkasithemba ngiyathemba amaneba ngakutshela bathi kubhlungu kupha ngikhona nokuphendula kukho la kungekho buhlungu khona sibhidela ngaphakathi ebebe ngezanga ngomgogotelo yakutshela ubhalile nokataliya asiphakamiseni the voice abantu abasho thola ukuthi hey nakanjani umsebenzi.
Then it's a tribute song to our fallen heroes. I think Toss is really what we call a true South African artist. This giant actually delves between the Kwaito and he can also rap as well, and then he does amapiano as well. So I think he's a good all-round artist. So on this song, man, I just like the fact that it really hit home, right? Like when you actually listen to some of the lyrics, he talks about most of the gens or all the gens here that we actually lost. Abu Rikrik, aka Abu Kilakau, and just Abu Mawilis. Most of all of them are actually breadwinners. So he talks about he would actually, if it was up to him, ask God to actually spare all the students' lives. So because of what they represented to their communities, to the music industry as well. So I think this song is very important as well for so many reasons, man. It's a tribute, but also I think if you're someone who has actually lost people that are actually closer to you, you would somewhat relate. So in general, man, I just like the song. I think this is my favorite verse of the year. I think also I like the synergy, man, with Upleki on the song, and I think as well there was a lot of interpolations here, man. Those interpolated a lot of gens that we actually lost. He interpolated Mawili's on Kokotelo. I forgot the name of the song. Yeah, Mawili's. He interpolated Brown Dare. She interpolated, a lot of gems that have actually lost. So, but yeah, man, and overall, honorable mentions. I think Atleras verse, obviously on Premise. Is it Premise or whatever? And then Atleras verse as well on Guan, and Reese verse on Achilles, Novl's verse on Searching. And yeah, man, thank you for watching. As well, please like and subscribe. And yeah, shalom. Check you out in the next video.